Hello guys and welcome. In this video I'm just going to be waffling about FC25 because we've got Verdansk releasing today as as I'm recording this. It's coming up in a few hours, and I'm just worried about FC25. I'll explain my reasoning and what I think they need to do in order to keep this game going. If you enjoy this style of video, do leave a like. I'm always interested to hear your thoughts on these topics as well. So let me know where you're at with the game, what you think needs to be improved, and let's get into it. If you need the cheapest FC25 coins to build your super team, then check out MMOEXP by clicking the link down below and use code JambooUK for 8% off. Okay guys, so obviously we're in this position where we went from a few months ago, this game being absolutely unsufferable to play, to a point where now, at least in my opinion, and I know many agree, the gameplay is in an okay state. The issue I have, and I will have a dedicated video about the new patch coming out tomorrow, my issue is we seem to have just stagnated and EA are like ticking along. I've always had an issue, with like how promos are, because if you actually see through, the different coloured cards and things like that, it's genuinely the same content over and over and over again. The only real changes that we get throughout the year, in terms of like a reward content basis, to be fair, what they have done, which has helped recently, is they have added in promo rewards, into the champs guaranteed, which is nice. TOTS is obviously a big one for that. I feel like that's where the game really changes, like the rewards become super vamped up and stuff like that, and that's an actual exciting time to play. I feel like we're at a point where these promos, it's almost just, it's too frequent and too much of the same old. Like this Dream Chaser promo, you've always got like a few top cards in there and stuff, but at least for me, it just doesn't keep me interested in the game. What I want to see from EA is more of like the Mycon Cup. Like, where did that go? Because that was such a... I absolutely loved it. Like, it was a breath of fresh air. It was something different. Actually sitting there through the week as well, not just the Foot Champs Weekend League. Through the week, we had something to sit there. You had a target amount of wins that you were going for, and you had a really cool reward at the end. And stuff like that, it just goes a long way. I think it's so much better than the same boring stuff that we get all the time. Like, if we have a look at the season pass here, which is, this should be like the absolute top of the top stuff, by the way. The season pass, you grind for all this time, and yeah, okay, like you're getting a sort of cool card like Alawira, and he's a throwback player, he's one that people liked, but I'm telling you now, like 95% of people already have a card that's better than this in their team. And that leads me on to the next point, where because they've just gone so hard on these promos and with how the power curve's gone, there's almost no progression now. And I'm almost adamant that the only reason they brought in this low driven shot playstyle was to actually add something new in order to keep cards relevant, because we've genuinely reached a point now where everybody's just got so many top meta cards that there's no room for progression. Like, you can change cards around and you can get new cards, but they're not really improving your team. And the whole point in Ultimate Team is you're meant to start from scratch, and as the year goes on, slowly build up your team until the end of the cycle, where you unlock your dream Ultimate Team, I guess, your end game account. And we're already there and have been for a few months now. The only thing that's changing is either more playstyle pluses, or now they've just started throwing this low driven shot onto every card that's new, and that is becoming the meta. So it's just an issue I have, because these playstyles, they were meant to be a way of cards feeling unique. It's not played out like that at all, the way it was sold to us. It's really just depending on which play styles you have, the card is usable or not, which it just should never be like that. Like, we had it in our head, or at least I did, you know, when EA first announced these play styles, I thought it was going to be something like, you know, if you had a long ball pass or something, I'm picturing somebody like Pirlo, I've said this before, playing like, you know, being able to play like crazy passes. Whereas in reality, what has happened here is you actually just can't play certain passes unless you have the play style, and those passes are very important, like basic over the top through balls that any pro footballer could play. You are unable to unless you have a certain play style. It's just garbage, and it's the same one like the finesse and stuff like that. Like, it's become a point where unless you have the play style, you actually just can't even do what the play style is enhancing. So that's an issue I have with the game. But I'm interested to hear your guys' thoughts. I just think we're at a point now, and it should never be like this in a yearly cycle live service game where we're sat here like waiting for team of the season, like bored. And it's just a shame, man. Even on the gameplay front, you know, I think they're scared to make changes because they did that one really big patch which improved the game a lot. Like, we got to give credit there. And now we're getting patch notes released where there's no gameplay changes, and they're almost glorifying the fact that they're not touching the gameplay now as if the gameplay is perfect. And whilst it's much better, it is far from perfect. Like, this is the video I'm rambling on now about, you know, I'm going to be talking about this tomorrow, but they seem to have it in their head like this is now the perfect game and we can't touch the gameplay. There is so many gameplay changes that are still needed, and I just feel like they've got too comfortable because they managed to get the community back on side with that big patch, and now, you know, like I say, we've just stagnated into this weekly promo, same gameplay, and it's just it just feels like it's been a little bit stale for a while now. Like, my idea of an FC cycle is very different to you know, what we actually get in terms of what I think we should be getting. You know, when you consider you're paying every year for this game and it's only lasting 12 months, there should never ever be a single point. There shouldn't be a day in time where you're sat here like just bored waiting for something else. Like, there should always be something to do. And you can argue that maybe there is, you know, with SBCs and things like that. But I think I speak for a lot of people when we say that we want to actually jump on and play a football game, like to play football. I don't want to be sat on the menu grinding SBCs, and that's my worst nightmare. I hate it. You know, when I see an SBC come out with 30 squads or whatever they're doing now, it just puts me off. I just wouldn't be doing it. You know, if I'm playing my own account, it's just simply not happening. But you know, the only way that I'm really getting variation or just a bit of fun out the gameplay at the minute is just by trying different formations and things like that. Like, there's only so much rivals and then just one champs every week on your account you can do until it just becomes very stale. But I'm interested to hear your guys' opinion, as always. Bit of a spontaneous video. I didn't really have any plan for it, just letting you know my current thoughts and where I'm at. But I appreciate you guys. I'll catch you on the next one, and peace.